my fellow book addicts, Megan here, and time for another book review. Today, I'm going to be talking about Hallowed by Cynthia, and this is book 2 in the Unearthly trilogy. So, there's not really much I can say without going into spoilers for this, because it's the second book in a series. So, I will say, we pick up a little after we left off, after the whole Clara kind of messing up her purpose, and her finding out that Christian is an angel blood, and there's something up with Jeffrey, and just things are a bit of a mess. So yeah, that's pretty much the extent of what I can say. So if you have not finished Unearthly yet, I suggest you click away now and come back after you read the book. So, quite a bit happened in this. I actually found myself getting quite emotional while reading this book, but I'll get into the sappiness later. So during this book, Clara's confused about what's going to happen to her since she didn't fulfill her purpose, which was supposedly save Christian and let Tucker die in that horrible forest fire. So she's confused about that. No one really has an answer for what's going to happen next. Clara's mom is being as vague as ever with her responses, and it's driving Clara insane. Angela, Christian, Jeffrey, and... whose name did I forget? Angela, Clara, Jeffrey, and Christian, there we go, form this little angel club where they try and share their knowledge and, figure this whole angel blood thing out. And everyone except Angela is just kind of like, okay, I guess. So we find out quite a bit in this book. We find out that there are lots of angel bloods in the area, which was a huge shock to Clara, Jeffrey, and especially Angela, since she's lived in this town her whole life, and she's never known there were so many angel bloods. I'm surprised she's not really angry about it, because it's like, you guys could have been helping me from the start, you could have explained things for me from the start, but you've just kind of let me flounder around my own. Yeah, she was just really excited. So, her mom, Clara's mom, brings her, Jeffrey, and Angela to this little meeting in the middle of nowhere. This, congregation, and introduces the three of them to all sorts of angel bloods from the area. Some of them are, teachers from the school and just people they've seen around town. And they meet, an old-time friend of their mom's, whose name is Billy, and she's awesome, and I want a friend like Billy, because she's funny, she's sassy, she's spunky, and I love her. And yeah, they've been learning a little more about angel bloods. There's some things that Angela had found out that are not so good. Angel bloods don't live forever, or as long as the kids seem to have thought at first. Apparently angel bloods only live 120 years, I believe it is. And Clara's mom is reaching that mark. She literally has months to live, and she knows it. And Clara and Jeffrey are kind of both hurt and mad that, she's dying, and they did not know about it. She kept that from them, and Jeffrey is just pure mad about this. He's very angry and angsty in this book, big time. And sometimes I want to smack him for it, because it's like, dude, get over it. That can't be changed now, just suck it up. And it really sucks, because Clara's been having, a vision, or a dream of her going to a funeral, and for a long time she thought it was Tucker's. Because she was like, oh, is this kind of like a Final Destination moment? I saved him when he was supposed to die, now death is coming back for him somehow. And this whole thing is kind of made even worse when the Darkwing from the first book, Sam, is still hanging around and comes after Clara, as well as Tucker and his sister, when they're coming back from this dance. So Clara was mortified, thinking that Tucker was gonna get killed, and all this. She manages to hold him off long enough for one of the angel bloods from town to show up and help scare him off. We find out that it wasn't Tucker who was going to die, it was Clara's mom, which is horrible. And that's really the part I got emotional over, personally. So, time passes and her mom gets worse and worse. She's been, kind of sickly since, you know, part of the last book into this one, but which was odd because Angel Bloods like rarely get sick because reasons. So the fact that she was being so like down lately, it's all makes sense now and it's depressing. But, you know, I guess one decent thing that comes out of it is Clara's dad comes back into the picture, which, when he shows up, is a total shock to Clara, especially when she finds out what he is. Turns out he is actually the Archangel Michael. So Clara isn't a quarter angel blood like she's always thought she was. She's like 3/4 angel. Which was quite a shock to her and Jeffrey. And Jeffrey, instead of, you know, being happy about, you know, his dad being back in the picture, is even more pissed because, like, you hid all this from us for years. What the hell, guys? What the hell? Meanwhile, Clara's just kind of like, okay, I guess I can go with this, I think, maybe. So her dad is kind of hanging around, you know, with her, Jeffrey, and their mom, while her mom is steadily getting worse and worse until eventually she does pass on. Which, I won't lie, I started bawling like a baby when that happened. Feels. The funeral was even worse. Like, hot damn. And of course, you know, I kind of wanted to punch Tucker, surprisingly, in this book as well. He's finding out some of the drama between Clara and Christian. And, you know, during the wake for her mom, him and Christian actually get into a fist fight, which is like, really? Really, guys? Really? You couldn't have a little more respect for the loss that she has just suffered. Instead, you know, you decide to throw some Instead, you decide to have a fist fight and, you know, be running all up on testosterone, and it's like, you guys are assholes. And Clara actually tells Tucker not to show up for the funeral and just, she wants to keep them separate, and, you know, this is a horrible strain on their relationship, which, you know, is pretty much over in this book. Which is a shame, because Tucker is a nice guy, but, yeah, he was kind of annoying me with the whole drama thing. I was really surprised to see how Clara reacted to Sam being outside the cemetery while they're, you know, putting her mom down to rest. Because Sam, you know, had feelings for her mom, which was kind of weird, and yeah. So Clara actually gave Sam, like, a charm bracelet her mom had as kind of a memento to remember her by. And by her, I mean the mom. And we actually found out, I believe, that that charm bracelet was given to Clara's mom by Sam. So Clara had no idea about that. She was just like, this just felt right, so here you go. So, you know, I'm interested to see kind of what kind of vague-ish friendship slash relationship slash connection that's going to go on between Sam and Clara now. That they don't, I don't think they're going to be at each other's throats anymore. I mean, like, why? They share a common suffering now. You know, they both are going to miss her mom. So who knows, maybe they can come up with a tolerance for each other and just be like, okay, I'll leave you alone if you leave me alone. And Jeffrey, we found out something shocking about him. Apparently the fire that was by Tucker in the first book was set by Jeffrey, and his purpose was to set that fire and save Tucker for some reason. Why? I don't know. I'm confused about that. I am really confused about that. So Clara could have fulfilled her purpose and saved Tucker, saved Christian. Well, you know, Jeffrey saved Tucker. I still don't know what the point of all that would be, but whatever. So Clara didn't just mess up her and Christian's purpose. She messed up Jeffrey's as well. So amazing what one little choice can do to affect everything. And Angela, I haven't talked too much about her. She is slowly starting to piece her own purpose together. Her purpose is to go to Stanford and kind of deliver a message to someone. We have no idea what that message is yet, or why or even like who this specific person is. So she's going to Stanford, she got in, Clara's gonna be going with her. You know, they're graduating high school in this book, so the next book they're gonna be off at college. And Tucker, you know, at the end apologizes for being an ass. And they're still broken up. And apparently Clara's going to Rome with Angela for the summer to try and distance herself and try and heal from all the drama that's gone on. And Billy is supposed to be good. And Billy's gonna be kind of like her guardian until she, you know, passes on a few years from now. Jeffrey ran away because the police found some hints that he might have been the one that set the fire, so he ran away. And now it's like, this poor family, which was so happy at the beginning of the first book, is now totally broken now. So that's really depressing. This book was pretty depressing. So yeah, I guess the next book is going to be focusing on what the hell is happening with Jeffrey, Clara helping Angela with her purpose, hopefully her and Tucker mending some of the problems they had in Christian not butting between them. And yeah. So yeah, that's a pretty intense second book in a trilogy. Yeah, that's all I can say, and I liked it, depressingness and all. So yeah, I still recommend the series, and yeah. That's it for this book review, and I hope to see you guys next time. Keep on reading, my fellow book addicts. Keep on reading.